There are trending news and current stories across federal ministries, their agencies and parastatals on Ministry News. Let's find out. The federal government has deployed available resources to enforce community policing, but needs the cooperation and support of members of the public. The Minister of Police Affairs, Dr. Mohammed Maigari Dingyadi, and the Inspector General of Police, Alkali Baba Usman, made a disclosure in Calabar. They emphasized the importance information to law enforcement for effective policing from the community level, saying they are ready to attend to genuine complaints, which is the reason the Police Public Complaints Committee is set up. Both officials of the federal government said the federal government is emphasizing on community policing as a way of combating increasing insecurity in parts of the country. The federal government has initiated plans to train at least 12,000 junior low-ranking civil servants under the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning on financial literacy by December 2022. The minister, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, disclosed this on Tuesday in Abuja at the official flag-off of the service-wide financial literacy program in the workplace on financial inclusion in partnership with the Central Bank of Nigeria and other stakeholders. Represented by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Malam Aliyu Ahmed, the minister said the pilot phase will have 12,000 staff in the ministry benefit from the training, noting that plans were underway to extend the opportunity to all federal ministries, departments and agencies. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, has urged the contractor handling the 1,048 kilometers Lagos-Badagry Expressway to accelerate work on the critical project. Speaking during his walking inspection tour of the ongoing rehabilitation and expansion of the road, the minister advised the China Geo-Engineering Corporation (CGC) Nigeria Limited to employ more staff and get more equipment to site before the weather conditions deteriorate.
Work is still going on. You can see we're standing on a substantially completed part of the road. There are places where earthwork is still going on. There are places where we're at binder level. I think we have about 11 or 16 kilometers now of binder on one lane. So the plan is to finish that side and then move all the traffic to that side so that we will then work on the other side. So it's a construction site still bearing traffic, so there has to be patience, there has to be tolerance, more so in the rainy season.
The federal government is committed to the provision of housing to all segments of Nigerians. The managing director of the Federal Housing Authority, Senator Gbenga Ashafa, disclosed this recently during the unveiling of Express View Estate, a partnership between Federal Housing Authority, Mortgage Bank, and Mixta Africa in Lugbe, Abuja. The FHA boss noted that in all the states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing have been able to complete some estates while others are nearing completion. The Federal Ministry of Health has said that emphasis is now shifting from the urgency for the country to manufacture its own vaccines to having the basic technology to know how to produce vaccines. The Minister of Health, Dr. Osagi Ehanire, disclosed this on Monday in Abuja at the bi-weekly ministerial press briefing on COVID-19 and other infectious diseases in the country. Responding to journalists during the bi-weekly meeting, the minister noted that Nigeria is yet to make do with the 39,800,000 doses of vaccines procured by the federal government. He, however, submitted that Nigeria is on course to look inward for medical supply and other health commodities. The Federal Executive Council has approved a draft of the Federal Produce Inspection Service Bill 2022 for onward transmission to the National Assembly for passage. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Mr. Niyi Adebayo, disclosed this to State House correspondents at the end of Wednesday's meeting of the Council chaired by President Muhammadu Buhari. According to the minister, the proposed law is to repeal the Produce Enforcement of Standards Act 2004, which is currently in place.
To approve the repeal of the Produce Enforcement of Standards Act of 2004 and for the approval of the enactment of the Federal Produce Inspection Service Bill 2022. The justification for the memo is hinged primarily on the need to have an all-encompassing produce inspection regime in Nigeria that is capable of ensuring best practices in the export of agro-produce from Nigeria.
He said when passed, the new law would enable the ministry to establish 5 laboratories across the geopolitical zones of the country for microbial analysis of agro-products for ideal consumption and export. The federal government has decried and frowned at the high cost of doing business at the nation's seaports, even as it vowed to reverse the trend by making the ports conducive for business. The Minister of State for Transportation, Senator Gbemisola Saraki, reiterated that government will address the challenges hindering port operations. Speaking during an interactive meeting with maritime stakeholders, including terminal operators, shipping companies, freight forwarders, and others in Lagos on Wednesday, Gbemisola Saraki said she would put processes in place to ensure that shipping companies promptly refund container deposits paid by importers and agents in the nation's ports. Nigeria has reported 5 straight months of zero attacks by pirates and sea robbers on the nation's waters. Speaking recently during the 2022 World Hydrography Day celebration in Lagos, the Minister of State for Transportation, Gbemisola Saraki, explained that this has been quite possible due to the ability to combat piracy and crimes at sea within the Gulf of Guinea and its territorial waters. The federal government has released the results of the 2022 National Common Entrance Examination for admission into 8 Unity colleges. No fewer than 68,000 pupils from various schools across the country participated in the examination conducted by the National Examination Council, NECO. The Minister of Education, Adamu, announced the release of the result on Monday at a press briefing in Abuja. Represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, David Adejo, the Minister stated that the Ministry was working to ensure that all admissions were concluded by July 1. The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, on Tuesday warned men of the Nigeria Immigration Service, Edo State Command, to shun acts capable of working against the federal government's efforts to ensuring that Nigerians could procure international passports at ease. He said the ministry under his watch would not hesitate to deal with officials of the service engaged in any illegal dealings, noting that the president was desirous of improving service delivery in the country. The minister, who stated this on Tuesday at the official rollout of the enhanced e-passport in Benin, Asaba, and Warri, as well as the commissioning of the passport office, said 10,000 e-passports were available on the platform for applicants, and noted that the ministry was committed to changing the perception of service delivery for the better.
I'm asking therefore that the Nigerian Immigration Service do everything within its power to make this a thing of the past. What we are doing here today has removed all obstacles from passport applicants. I have now on this new platform 10,000 passports here.
And finally, on ministry news, President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the immediate return of Nigeria to international basketball. This was disclosed by the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, Ismaila Abubakar, at a news conference in Abuja on Thursday. The approval was granted following a letter of appeal dated June 7, 2022, which was signed by Musa Kida, leader of the Nigeria Basketball Federation Board, and addressed to the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Chief Sunday Dare. You will recall, on May 12, 2022, the government had ordered immediate withdrawal of Nigeria from all international basketball competitions for a period of 2 years. Meanwhile, the Honorable Minister of Sports, Sunday Dare, attended the 5th edition of the Commonwealth Youth Ministerial Task Force meeting on Thursday in Kigali, Rwanda. The meeting took place on the sidelines of the Commonwealth meeting in the Rwandan capital city of Kigali.